Hello and welcome back to SketchUp 101 or Computer Aided Design Architectural Drafting. My name is Xander. I will be your instructor for today. Anyway, so let's get started, shall we? So today's lesson is going to be on cutaways. And cutaways are an essential part of 3D modeling because this way you get to see not only what the structure is going to look like from the outside, which we developed a bit more of an advanced structure than the previous lesson, which I will leave a link to in the annotation. The annotation card. And so, anywho, this is a similar yet larger structure. So cutaways will let you view the framing as well as the entire aesthetic. And so the way you want to do a cutaway really is layer by layer. I mean, that's kind of a given, but to some extent. So normally you would think, oh, do one side just framing and do the other side as just the complete structure with siding and everything. That's not the best way to go about this. The best way to go about this is to do this layer by layer. So, temporarily, now this is just going to be improvised. So what we're going to do is expand this by, let's say, 1/4 inch. So 0.25. And as you can see, this slightly jots out more than the rest. So what we're going to do is paint this as, let's see, what have we for siding? Here we go. So we have this nice yellow siding. Oh, not intentional. Alrighty. So now, here's where layering can get intricate. So what you want to do is match, it's called matching the thickness. And matching the thickness is important to the structure or for accurate aesthetics. And what I'm going to do is draw a line. Now this is combining efficiency and accuracy. So, as you can see, we have our siding panel. And now because we have a piece of plywood over here, we can actually get away with doing this, which will create the result of a more realistic 3-dimensional piece. So what we're going to do is extend this 1/4 inch and extend this 1/4 inch, which again, if you see our previous lesson on pulling and pushing, you'll learn how to flush faces. So we're going to take this newly flushed face, and here's where matching can get tricky. So you want to mind the thickness of the plywood, because what we're going to do is create a line here that is a 1/2 inch. And then we're going to take that line as a base, and we're going to put it right over here. And now we have siding and then a realistic cutaway of each individual layer. And one thing and as you can see, this right here is a clean, proper cutaway, because what this will do is it'll allow how the user to see into the framing as well as each individual piece. So like you can see with the siding, without the siding, the frame. And then we're going to do something similar on this side. So what we're going to do is create a rectangle here. That, let's see, what are the dimensions we're looking for here? Alright, so we want 1/2 inch drywall by 4 feet. Now we're going to do this at about 8.5. You'll understand why in a second here. Oh, excuse that, that was a complete error. So 8 feet, 0.5 inches. So now what we want to do, I guess we don't need to do that. Okay, so here's where things get interesting, because clearly I screwed this up, but that's okay, because that's what this lesson is about, is fixing screw-ups like this. So we're going to take this and bring it right here. And we are going to completely remove this entity, like so, by flushing the face out with itself. And so now we have a nice piece of drywall to work with. Let's see, patterns. Let's see, is there a plaster? I guess not. Alright, so that is going to be our drywall for now. I'm not sure why I said plaster. But, anywho, you guys get the gist. So, this is kind of like a sub-cutaway, I guess you could call it. So as you can see it clearly, he goes to show each of the individual elements of the wall. I almost forgot to paint this. Now this is important. Always focus on the little details, because attention to detail is key in these applications, especially when it comes to commercial use. This is what people will look for, especially contractors. So, having that said, we are now going to do a cutaway of the floor, which isn't as hard. So we're going to do a little bit of math here. So from here to here is 4 inches. So what we want to do is create a piece that is, let's see, we want 4 feet here. And then we want 8 feet on our green axis. And then we're going to bring this back at 4. And now we have a floor. And again, the bottom isn't much to worry about. But just to be safe, and depending on the application, it is always good to focus on these minor details. Such as this right here, which is a common screw up with. Now this isn't on the user's end, this is on SketchUp's end really, more than anything. Now what we can do is just go over these and get rid of our line. Now always be careful to erase, never hide, because otherwise this will screw up our material bad. As you may or may not have seen, that does not create a seamless look. This creates an edge, and edges are bad. See, like this right here, that is an edge. But that is okay because of the angle. So now, as you can see, we have this to deal with. Bada bing, bada boom. That is now complete. So now what we can do is take half of this and we can bring it up. And we're going to bring it up, give or take a 1/4 inch for the sake or for the purpose of the lesson. This may be different with your material, whatever you use. Now, the reason for cutaways is so that you can see every single detail, because Because yes, you want to see your final product. Like, I want to be able to see that this is going to be a dark wood floor. Like, great, we have cherry hardwood or mahogany. Apologies for that. That is soon to be fixed because I will be purchasing a wired mic and we won't have that problem anymore. So as you can see, we can see our final product here in this bit. And then over here you can see how is this put together. Well, you can see this is traditional construction. With 2x10 joists, 2x4 walls, which is good to know because this could be 2x8s, this could be 2x6s, this could also be 2x6s. And then this could be, who knows, this could be a 3/4 inch pine wood ply. But you also want to see your final product in that, like this could be horsehair plaster with contact paper, and this could be carpet, and you would never know the difference. Anyway, this is how you create a cutaway. So yeah, see you guys in my next lesson. Bye.